Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's U.S. End-of-Week Deep Dive, covering market moves in indexes, sectors, stocks, and global markets for the week ending Friday, October 17, 2025. Kicking things off, I'm Max Profit. Key indexes all closed higher this week with notable gains. The Nasdaq Composite Index led the advance, rising 475.54 points to 22,679. The Russell 2000 Index achieved a new all-time high, while the S&P 500 Index broke out from 3 days of sideways movement. Market breadth showed mixed signals across indexes. The Dow 30 was evenly split between advancers and decliners for the week. The Russell 2000 and the S&P 400 mid-cap showed more declining stocks despite their price gains. Looking at weekly returns, the Russell 2000 posted the strongest gain at 2.4%, followed by the Nasdaq at 2.1%. Year-to-date, the Nasdaq leads with a 17.4% return, while the mid-cap 400 trails at 3.3%. The 10-year performance shows the Nasdaq Composite leading with a 16.6% annual rate of return. The S&P 500 follows at 12.6%, while the Russell 2000 and mid-cap 400 returned roughly 8% annually.
Checking out best and worst performing equities, I'm Penny Stock. Solidion Technology leads with a remarkable 286% surge to 21.17. Rani Therapeutics and Praxis Precision Medicines follow with gains exceeding 250%. Australian Oilseeds Holdings and Aqua Metals round out top performers with strong upward momentum. Weekly returns highlight exceptional performance. Solidion Technology posted a 286% weekly return with daily gains averaging 60%. Rani Therapeutics and Praxis showed similar strength, each with weekly returns over 250%. Looking at longer-term performance, Praxis Precision Medicines stands out with a 154% one-year return. Australian Oilseeds shows impressive 178% annual growth. However, Aqua Metals reflects more mixed results with negative returns across all time frames. Among large caps, Bunge Global topped the list, rising 20.7% to 97.50. JB Hunt Transport followed closely with a 20.2% gain. Estee Lauder, On Semiconductor, and Best Buy each gained over 13%. Weekly performance shows Bunge Global and JB Hunt each delivering around 20% returns. Estee Lauder maintained strong momentum with a 15% weekly gain, while On Semiconductor and Best Buy followed with robust returns. 10-year performance reveals On Semiconductor leading with a 400% return. Best Buy and JB Hunt show strong long-term growth, over 100%. Bunge and Estee Lauder maintain modest but positive decade-long returns. On the downside, UTime plunged 94% to just 7 cents. Tvardi Therapeutics dropped 84%. Beyond Meat fell 68% to 65 cents, hitting new all-time lows. Bragg House and Lixiang Education both declined over 50%. Weekly returns show severe declines. UTime averaged daily losses of 27%. Tvardi Therapeutics and Beyond Meat each dropped about 17% daily. Bragg House and Lixiang sustained significant daily losses above 12%. Leading the worst performers, UTime plunged 94% to just 7 cents. Tvardi Therapeutics tumbled 84% amid strong downward volatility. Beyond Meat hit new all-time lows, dropping 68% while showing significant downward momentum. Among large caps, 5 fell 9.2% despite recently hitting all-time highs. Marsh & McLennan Companies and Brown & Brown both dropped over 8%, hitting new yearly lows amid strong downward volatility. Looking at returns, 5 shows the steepest weekly decline at -9.3%, despite positive year-to-date gains of nearly 20%. Kenvue continues its downward trend with both weekly and year-to-date losses, exceeding -8% and -28% respectively. In the long-term picture, Brown & Brown shows strong 10-year returns of 461% despite recent weakness. Marsh & McLennan maintains positive 10-year gains of 251%, though it's down 16% this year. Kenvue, being newer to the market, lacks long-term comparison data.
And now onto U.S. sector performance, where communication services leads with a 3.6% gain to 423.26, showing a very strong upward trend. Real estate follows with a 3.4% rise, while technology continues its very strong momentum, advancing 2%. Market breadth data reveals mixed signals. Real estate shows strong weekly advances despite daily weakness. Technology maintains balanced participation, while consumer cyclical shows concerning daily breadth with only 124 advances versus 359 declines. Weekly returns highlight communication services outperforming with a 3.6% gain. Technology maintains strong year-to-date returns at 22.2%, while real estate shows modest gains at 3.3% for the year. Long-term performance shows technology dominating with a 10-year annual rate of return of 23.1%. Communication services post strong 3-year returns at 36.4% annually, while real estate lags with a 3.5% 10-year annual return.
Communication services stocks showed strong momentum today. Alphabet led gains with a 7% rise to 253.30. Warner Bros. Discovery and Take-Two Interactive Software both showed very strong upward trends, with Take-Two hitting a new all-time closing high at 261.35. Looking at returns, Alphabet posted impressive gains with a 7.1% weekly return. Warner Bros. Discovery shows the strongest year-to-date performance, up 72%. Match stands out with negative month-to-date returns of -6.9%. Long-term performance shows Take-Two Interactive Software leading with a 727% 10-year total return. Alphabet follows with 628%. Warner Bros. Discovery is the only stock showing negative 10-year returns at -36%.
The worst performing sectors showed mixed signals today. Financial services experienced very strong downward volatility while maintaining a mixed positive trend. Healthcare broke upward after 3 days of flat movement, showing a strong positive trend. Energy remained flat. Market breadth reveals significant divergences. Financial services showed notable weakness with 498 declining stocks versus just 113 advances. Healthcare displayed strength with 648 advances, outpacing 367 declines. Energy saw declines outnumber advances by more than 2-1. Looking at returns, industrials leads the weekly performance with a 1.19% total return. Financial services trails with just a 0.02% weekly return. Month to date, energy shows the largest decline at -3.47%. In long-term performance, industrials leads with a 10-year annual return rate of 10.87%. Energy significantly underperforms with just a 2.6% 10-year annual return. Financial services shows strong long-term growth at 10.59% annually over 10 years.
Financial services stocks saw significant declines this week. Marsh & McLennan Companies and Brown & Brown both hit new yearly lows, dropping over 8%. Arthur J. Gallagher fell 7%, while Arch Capital and Progressive declined about 6% each. Looking at recent performance, Marsh & McLennan and Brown & Brown show the steepest weekly declines of over 8%. Year to date, Brown & Brown has fallen nearly 14%, while Arthur J. Gallagher shows more resilience with just a 1.2% decline. Long-term returns reveal stronger performance. Arthur J. Gallagher and Progressive lead with 10-year ARR above 20%. Brown & Brown shows an impressive 18.8% 10-year ARR, despite recent weakness. Marsh & McLennan and Arch Capital trail with about 13% 10-year returns.
Thanks for watching. I'm Max Profit, along with my AI co-host, Penny Stock. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew Finance is an experimental project with market reports written, narrated, and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check into the channel daily for coverage of stocks, crypto, currency, and commodities. Thanks for watching.